KSI just made the worst video of his career after months off YouTube. I'm not joking when I say what he says in this video is just completely indefensible and a complete disgrace. So much so, and as we will be showing through a video, that his own fans have now turned on him. So we all know KSI lost to Tommy Fury. It proved to be controversial, but it was close. To me, it was a draw at best. Regardless of what you think, the way KSI took the loss was pretty embarrassing.
Do you want that rematch?
I fucking hate losing, man.
Ultimately, even though Tommy Fury won it was a loss because he said he was going to knock out. Control it, KSI, come on.
It was like watching a 10-year-old being told they weren't allowed a toy. I think it's clear to see that KSI is just not a good sportsman, especially when things aren't going his way. Now, you could argue, Kavos, you know, it's the heat of the moment. He just lost the fight, felt he was wronged, and, you know, he lashed out. His emotions were really high. And you know what? Yeah, I understand that. That is valid too. Emotions running high. Was it embarrassing?
Lost because he said
yes, but I would give you that argument. I would give you that defense if KSI didn't just release this absolute steaming pile of dog shit. He uploaded this video yesterday, months after the fight, the decision. You think that he would have the maturity to reflect, take the L, and just move on. Well, the video started actually pretty good. He reflected about his feelings, how he felt, the raw emotions after the loss.
I felt like I had won the fight, so to have the judges completely take that moment away from me, yeah, it sucked. As soon as I got back home, you know, I was angry, disappointed, and eventually I just broke down and started crying.
Talks about how a lot of other people saw him as the winner.
So many people felt like I won the fight. From Eddie Hearn to, you know, Adesanya to Ariel Helwani to the millions all over the internet, you know, that thought I had won the fight.
And that being labeled as a loser by the judges took him a while to process.
So for the judges to label me as the loser, it just made no sense. So it took me a while to process, you know, all of that.
Clearly, it's all coat. But, you know, it isn't anything outrageous or unexpected from KSI. Feels like he should have won, but, you know, at the end there, it almost sounded like he came to terms with it or processed it.
So it took me a while to process, you know, all of that.
But this could not be further from the truth. And he shows it clear as day, inexcusably, undefensibly, in the second half of this video. First, he talks about the infamous appeal that him and his team launched against Tommy Fury to try and overturn the decision.
Another reason why it took me so long was because of this appeal that we made. I wanted to try and right what was wrong. Me and my team put up a case to the PBA to explain why I didn't lose that fight. From Tommy Fury hitting me repeatedly in the back of the head to me outlanding him 3 of the 6 rounds of the fight, and also the point deduction, etc. I was just waiting for the result of the appeal, but it seems to be taking way longer than I thought it would.
Well, the appeal got rejected, and Tommy Fury was confirmed the winner by unanimous decision. The statement reading, KSI's appeal has been rejected by the PBA and Tommy Fury is confirmed the winner by unanimous decision. Team KSI, we will now move to the second of the 3 possible stages of the appeal as we continue to fight to have the decision of the bout rightly overturned. This statement just sounds so desperate from KSI's team. It got rejected, but they're still trying to get it overturned. I can't comprehend this because so many fighters have actually been robbed of like title shots, title fights, and have not made this much of a fuss over a loss trying to be overturned because they know how to take a loss, move on, either try get the rematch and run it back, or just take the L. So this statement was almost as embarrassing as this. And now this clip of KSI has aged extremely poorly.
No way! Your appeal got denied? No! I did not see this coming! Oh my god! Wow, I really thought that your appeal would get through. But no! The commission laughed in your face. I told you to go fuck yourself. And now look at you.
But things are about to look extremely bad for KSI. He started the video fine and then just goes off the rails. He first makes this joke, which after watching the full video, I suspect is actually projection.
So how do I feel? Depressed. I hate my life. No, I'm kidding. I feel much, much better now.
Because there is no way he is feeling much, much better after what he's about to do and say. Because for no reason now, he said his piece about Tommy Fury the fight, talks about how he had a break from YouTube, went on holiday with his family. You know, the video was going fine, but for no reason other than his massive ego and him being a prick, he just decides to go off on Tommy Fury. First saying things like, you know, this will be the biggest fight Tommy Fury ever has.
I mean, it's nice to know that my fight with Tommy Fury will be the biggest fight he will ever have in his life.
He starts coping even harder, saying that he's come out this better than Tommy Fury.
In terms of the Tommy Fury fight, I feel like I've come out better. Way better than he had.
Which is really ironic. It's the last thing he says, because by the end of his video, there's no doubt KSI comes across completely worse. He then starts quoting rumors from The Sun. They edit it out in the clip, but it's from The Sun. To try and say Tommy is shameful.
And he claims to be at a world level, but he's out here trying to fight a 54-year-old Roy Jones Jr. It's honestly so shameful.
Then he coped even more, even harder, saying that it's now embarrassing that Tommy Fury couldn't knock him out.
Also, the fact that Tommy Fury was unable to knock out a YouTuber that has been boxing for about 3 years is actually hilarious.
KSI then proceeds to, you know, pick apart Tommy Fury's trash talk and build up talk to try and get any W he really can.
I saw somewhere that Tommy said that he was done with boxing if KSI could hang with me.
If KSI beats you, does this mean that your career as a contender in boxing is done?
What can I say? If likes of KSI is even giving me a competitive fight, let's say that. Let me say that. You know, I'm gonna go out there on Saturday night and do what I should have done to Jake Paul. I'm gonna iron this man out. He'll be very, very lucky to get past 2 rounds.
Well, I did. And you needed the judges to save you.
And like, you know, this stuff kind of came out of nowhere, but whatever. But this is where KSI, in my opinion, shows his true colors, what happens when he doesn't get his own way, and how spiteful he can be. He starts going off on this like really weird and uncomfortable rant about how bad of a dad Tommy Fury is because he was pictured on a night out once.
To be honest, Tommy Fury has been pretty embarrassing these past few weeks. From him being with Chris Brown, having zero rhythm, looking hella awkward, to him attempting to dance with Tion Wayne, to whatever this clip is, all while Molly May is looking after his kid at home. I mean, come on, Tommy. You're a father now. You can't be constantly partying in the club while your missus is taking care of your child. You were hardly around during Molly May's pregnancy, and it seems that even after the child has been born, you're hardly around.
Like, what the actual fuck was that? Even like his voice at the end of that sentence, like the shake.
You're hardly around.
He seemed uncomfortable even saying it. Completely out of left field, completely out of order, all because you didn't get the decision you wanted.
You're hardly around.
This alone just shows what a sore loser he is. It isn't just emotions running high after the fight.
Lost because he said
Can't accept the loss. So then first tries to fuck with Tommy Fury's family. If you don't know, the clip he played of that girl pushing Tommy Fury's face was circulating online as Tommy Fury allegedly cheating on Molly May. KSI knows exactly what he's doing, adding that clip and adding the context with Molly May being at home. He's trying to create a narrative there against Tommy Fury and his family. This isn't the worst thing he does though. What KSI does next, I don't care who you are, what kind of fan you are of KSI or anything, is completely and utterly indefensible. Shows what a scumbag he is.
Plus, another thing I find hilarious is whenever I come across Tommy's posts on like Instagram or Twitter, the comments are just slowing him and saying that he lost the fight, and that's because he did. So yeah, let's keep reminding Tommy that he didn't win that fight under his Instagram posts or Twitter posts or anything he posts online. And if you see him publicly, you could berate him as well and remind him that he didn't win.
What the actual fuck did he just say? He's encouraging his fans to harass and berate Tommy Fury in public?
You see him publicly, you could berate him as well and remind him that he didn't win.
Because Tommy Fury got a decision over you in a fight? It's not like Tommy controlled the decision and it was his fault. He just showed up to the fight and had a fight with you. He got the decision. It wasn't his fault that he got it. The fact you think that this is acceptable to call on your little 11-year-old fan base to, one, harass him on social media, but to take it a step further as to say, if you see him in public, berate him about how he lost to me. This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard him say. Leave a like if you agree. I don't know, but I'm sure there are terms of service against telling your fans to harass someone online and especially in real life. Only a complete and utter egomaniac, narcissist would think that this is okay. This had to get edited. He had to watch it over. It had to get put into the final cut. This all went down. This video was recorded after months of reflection from KSI. And this is what he chooses to say and put out. That completely tells me and shows the character he has. This is his response after months of trying to process a loss. You clearly haven't processed anything.
You're hardly around.
And can't handle things going against you because your life is just full of yes men. The only people who seem not to be yes men at the moment are KSI's level-headed fans. There will be fans who take this advice KSI says on board. The young fans, the majority of the fans, but the older fans with more level heads are actually turning on him on YouTube and Reddit. JJ, as an OG fan, I've witnessed your long journey to becoming who you are. You remind us constantly about your rags to riches story as if we've already forgotten about it. But the question is, who have you become? Your dire need for success has turned into an addiction. It is that matters more to you than anything. You said it yourself, even the Sidemen shoots, which were very good since you came back, don't really make up for it. Sure, losing is depressing, especially when you have a competitive nature, but in no way does it justify inciting the hate towards another human being. Nothing can justify it really. This is just not human-like behavior. We get it. You work really hard, but don't we all? Don't we all grind for the better of us and our people? Look at your peers, your friends, they work a lot too. Do they gain the power to incite hate against someone? Absolutely not. Be better, JJ, be better. The integrity and knowledge, strength, and integrity after he loses won. I love KSI, but this is the man who laughed at Logan for appealing and losing, but even Logan accepted his loss better than this. At least he didn't tell his fan base to berate JJ in public. As a wise man once said, being a sore loser is even worse than being a loser. Money can't buy maturity. 30 years old, trying to set a good example of kids can achieve anything while having this level of sportsmanship / being a sore loser and sending fans to attack someone because he can't handle a decision. The irony, telling your fans to berate someone in public and social media is petty and immature regardless if you think he won that fight. Sometimes you train your hardest and don't win, but that's okay. You used to be a fan, but I think it's so sad that this is generally the first time I've ever seen someone calling on their fans to carry on hating someone because they aren't personally happy with them. Legit, what has Tommy even done to JJ? He signed a professional boxing bout against him and fought him. JJ argued he has been the biggest embarrassment after losing a fight. Francis just lost a much closer fight and acted like a true boss. JJ's done nothing but throw tantrums, make excuses, and talk shit about someone's family life, and then call for his fans to keep hating on the guy. As I said, used to be a fan, but this is mental. Actually messed up telling the crazy 12-year-old KSI stands to berate Tommy in public. As a fighter myself, I understand that a loss can get under your skin. That shit really hurts your ego and it makes it seem like your months, years of hard work were all for nothing. But to be a fighter, you have to take a defeat and get back up again. You have to respect the people that step in the ring with you. When everything is all said and done, you don't have to like your opponent, but you have to show some kind of respect towards them. JJ's fan base is huge. Telling them to harass someone in public is actually mad. And judging someone you simply do not know for how they parent their kids or spend their time with their partner is also wild to me. Grow the fuck up, JJ. His Reddit page has been much of the same. KSI tells his viewers to harass Tommy Fury online and in real life, 1.8k upvotes. Ain't no way bro took a break to collect his thoughts and still came back with a copium tantrum. Just take the L with grace, JJ. We'll still be here for you. What the hell was that? The first half of this video, the second half of this video. Other comments on Reddit. Damn, he really had all these weeks to compose himself and deliver his message, but he decided to adopt the man-child status. This is actually very poor childish behavior. No way he could be protected. He is turning into the thing he used to hate the most. I don't know what this loss did to him, but I hope he can get past this. This is not the way an adult man handles things, JJ. Failing and losing used to make you more driven and stronger and show people that you can overcome these things with hard work and dedication. Show them that losing does not define you and come back even stronger and better. That is how you're inspiration to many. But now, man to man, you're acting like a little bitch. If you feel like you won, that's fine. But saying these things about your opponent is not sportsmanship and being a decent human being. Deplorable behavior. Bringing up Tommy Fury's family, calling for fans to harass him. Why on earth does KSI think any of that is a good idea? What makes this even more baffling is the way he reacted after the second Logan Paul fight. He trolled him to death and mocked his appeal, but he went on to do the same damn thing. These KSI fans here speaking absolute facts. It is clear money, ego, fame has completely changed the person KSI is. I used to love KSI back in the day. The FIFA days when he was actually relatable, was funny. We saw his ego get out of control earlier this year when he tried to destroy Wade's whole reputation, whole career, over the fact Wade said that he thought Jake Paul would sell more pay-per-view numbers, which was, again, inexcusable, indefensible. And now, because Tommy Fury got the decision over him by people he didn't influence, he just turned up to fight, starts going after his family and encouraging millions and millions of fans to harass him and berate him in public. I've been trying to tell you guys about KSI for years. Maybe now you'll listen.
You're hardly around.
Leave a like if you agree, subscribe if you're new. Until next time, fuck off.